Hello, my dear, and welcome back to the Modern Cavewoman Show. So, a couple weeks ago, I shared a lesson I learned from my mentor about fighting for your limitations so you get to keep them. And I wanted to talk this week about the other side of that coin. So, just to sum up a little bit, the point of that was that when we're making excuses for the way things are and holding on very tightly to whatever it is that's maybe holding us back or keeping us stuck, we get to do that. That's our choice. But the suggestion is to not fight for those things, to allow ourselves to open up to possibilities, to change, to letting go of what's holding us back so that we can move forward into more happiness and into a life that's really meant for you. Does that make sense? And so this week, though, I am realistic and I do know, and I actually came up against this personally, that there are times when you just have to acknowledge your limitations and be okay with it. And, admit, like, maybe I'm in a place where I'm not ready or I'm not able, I don't have the resources or the wherewithal to let go of this limitation or to resolve this limitation, whatever this is that's holding me back. So I thought I would tell you a little bit about it and let me know if this resonates with you. So there's a lot going on in the world, a lot of really intense things going on in the world right now, and they affect me deeply. I think I'm not alone in this. I feel like almost everyone I know is deeply affected emotionally, even energetically. I know personally, I even have trauma being triggered in certain instances. And it's depleting, right? It can leave us feeling really exhausted. And this week I also had a personal situation come up, which just kind of piled on. And I found myself just going, I'm at my limit. I just have nothing else left. I have no more energy. My emotions are spent, and I'm at my limit. And I realized that in that moment, it actually felt really good to just acknowledge my limitations and be okay with it and not be sitting there also feeling like I'm on the hook or I'm obligated somehow to fight through that. So there's the one side of the coin where you realize, okay, I've got this limitation. Do I want to keep it or do I want to try and let it go or work on the resolution? And then the other side of the coin where it's like, okay, I am at my limit. There is this limitation. There is this thing that it has kept me where I am. It's keeping me stuck or it's keeping me from moving forward. But it just is my current circumstance. And I'm okay with that because in this moment, there's a reason for that, right? Like I have a reason for that. And sometimes it's protective, right? Sometimes that limitation can be even considered just a boundary. It's a line not to cross because if you do, you're out of your depth, right? You're out of control or whatever it is. So that's where I was this week. And that's why I wanted to talk about it today. Because if any of you are also feeling just completely overwhelmed, exhausted, depleted, and just ready to quit, right? Just like, I cannot take anymore, know that I'm with you. Know that I know we are not alone in this. And to offer up something that I did for myself for your consideration. So if this feels helpful to you to consider letting yourself off the hook, it's probably one of my favorite phrases because it feels so good. Because, being on the hook, just the concept of it, it's pokey, it's painful, it's pulling at you, it's causing you pain, right? And I feel like it's so important for us to get off of the hook. Like, if we're already dealing with so much, do not inflict more pain and suffering on yourself, right? Don't wallow in feeling obligated and outside pressures or guilt or shame around something when you can take that step back, give yourself that degree of separation, and go, you know what? This is just the circumstance right now. I can change it. I can wait. I have options. This is not the only way. There's always another way. And give yourself some freedom, some grace, right? So that's where I'm at this week. I sat down and I was like, I had, my mentor's words kind of ringing in the back of my mind, going, am I fighting for a limitation? Like, I hit my limit energetically and emotionally, and am I fighting to keep that though? Am I using that as an excuse for not taking action? Kind of sat down with myself. And, you can do this too. If you're going, I'm at a limit, I just can't move forward. There's this reason keeping me stuck. Sometimes it is helpful to sit down and go, okay, is this really something that I can't move past? Or is it just an excuse because I'm afraid of something or I want to control something? Sometimes there's lots of different reasons, right? I need the protection of it, can often be one. And just to be really honest with yourself about it is really the key. I think the whole point of most of what I talk about is to be honest with yourself. Are you being the woman you want to be, living the life that's meant for you? Are you happy? Are you moving toward joy? Or are you wallowing in something that is old and worn out and doesn't fit you anymore? Just to put it in a different light. And I think that that's really kind of the core of all of these little tips and tricks that come up, basically, right? And don't fight for your limitations means, are you being the woman you want to be? And if you're not, let some of that go, right? And today's topic about acknowledging your limitations and letting yourself off the hook of it is to go, am I being the woman I want to be? Maybe. Maybe today I don't need to be the one out there fighting the fight. Maybe it's okay to let other people fight the fight while I take better care of myself so that in the future I am there to fight the fight, right? That's where I was at. So let me know if this resonates with you. I'll leave you with a little suggestion for an exercise if you find yourself in a similar situation where you're like, I'm just done. There is nothing left. And if you do feel that kind of little hint of, really? Is that really where I'm at? Here's my suggestion. Just sit down and get real honest with yourself and journal about it, or talk to yourself in the mirror, whatever works for you, and just go, okay, look, here's the limit that I'm at. Here's the thing that's holding me back. Here's where I'm stuck, fill in the blank. Is this true? Is this who I want to be? That's the biggest question. Sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and I go, is this who I want to be? And if the answer is yes, fine. And if the answer is no, okay, who do I want to be and what do I need to do to be her? So that's what you can journal on. And it might help you decide whether you're just holding on for no good reason or if you are holding on for a very good reason. And I hope that no matter what's going on for you and how things are affecting you in the world, you still find a lot of beauty and happiness in your life this week. I hope you have a beautiful week, and I will talk to you again next Wednesday. See you later. Bye bye.